Hey YouTube, just want to do a little video here, talk a little bit about our meat rabbit operation that we've got going on here. As you can see, we've got a little hutch here built, and right now we've got 4 adult does, we've got 1 adult male, and we've got another one that we've kept from a litter that is in the process of growing to an adult, so that we can use him as a stud for just having a little more redundancy as far as, you know, crossbreeding and whatnot. So what we've got is we've got 2 cages here in front that serve as our nest cages and baby growers. We've got 4 cages on the back side for 4 of the adults. Sorry, 5 cages on the back side for no, 4 cages. 4 cages. And then we've got 1 cage here on this side, and of course in the left cage over there we've still got one of the mamas with her babies. Now now that we're in the middle of, or getting close to summer, we're not in the middle of summer yet, but we are, you know, experiencing some warmer weather here in northwest Arkansas. Our days are getting up into the high 80s this week. I think highs of 88, 89 every day. We're starting to get to the upper limits of what is tolerable for rabbits. They tend to like cooler temperatures, and when they start getting to the higher temperatures, it starts becoming difficult for them to survive. So we got to do some things to help them along. So one of the things we've got is shade. Lots and lots and lots of shade. So in the area we've got them here, we're facing directly south from this camera angle right here. So off to our left, to the east, they get a couple of hours of sunlight in the morning, but then, you know, starts getting shade on them pretty quickly, and then shade all throughout the hot parts of the day as the sun's overhead. And then towards the evening hours, they may get 1 or 2 hours of sunlight, and then when it drops down real low towards dusk, they get some more shade, and then of course it gets dark. So that's one of the things that we've got to help them stay cool. In the back side, we've got some misters set up, and I'll bring the camera over there and just kind of take a look at those. I don't want to get too close, because I don't want the mist all over my cameras. As you can see, we've got a mister system hooked up there that's just kind of spraying them a little bit. The biggest challenge we're having with the misters is keeping their food dry. So the ones on the side that we were just viewing, it's not that difficult to keep their food dry. We're really not having a whole lot of a problem getting those, keeping their food dry. But the rabbits on the backside, the adults, is definitely an issue, especially on this southeast end of the rabbit hutch. So what we're trying to do is kind of limit the amount of food we give them throughout the day when the misters are on, clean it out, and then in the evening when we turn the misters off, go ahead and fill their food up, and give them whatever they want to eat, and then clean it out again the next morning when the misters come on. So it's kind of what we're trying. It's a little bit tedious right now, but you know, we're still learning and trying to figure out exactly what we want to do here. So these guys are 10 weeks old today, and they're probably going to the freezer this next weekend. We were going to do it the last weekend, but it was my wife's and I's anniversary, and we just felt like giving these guys a reprieve. You know, we were kind of light on the chores this last weekend, so these guys got an extra week to hang around. But we are going to have to go ahead and slaughter them this weekend, just from a standpoint of these guys over here are still in with their mom. They're just shy of 6 weeks. I think they'll be 6 weeks old toward the rest of this week, and so obviously they're weaned from their mother and needing to be separated. So we're going to need to move them to this cage, because you can see the female white bunny that is on the back side in the back. She has been bred and should be due towards the end of next week. So we've got about 10 days or so, 9 or 10 days, before we should have to put her nest box over here in this cage. And so these guys are going to have to move to here. the mom that's in that left cage will take the white rabbit's spot, and she'll go into the left cage, and then this cage will be used to grow out the other guys to their full size. These guys have been on tractor quite a bit. They get a lot of grass clippings and whatnot as well. All of the rabbits do. As you can see, there's a little bit of grass in there. Trying to get them to supplement, so we're not having to feed them as much. I'd like to be, 100% organic. We're not quite there yet, making sure that we have enough grown here to keep them fed, but we're doing our best. What else we got? So these guys, you can see the buck back here in the back, the multicolored. He's their daddy, and then we've got this mama back here on the back side back there, the kind of the grayish colored, is their mom, and they've been a great set of bunnies. The red one there has been a little bit of a problem. He's a digger, and so he almost got cold early because he liked to try to dig out of our rabbit tractor. In addition to that, when we come out of the rabbit tractor and then come back into the cage, he would dig the food out of their feeding tray. And so he only did that for a couple of days, but he was very close to getting cold early, just from a standpoint of it was very frustrating seeing cup after cup of food dumped into the ground below, just because he's a digger. Well, that's really all we got today. Hopefully we'll come back and we'll do another update video in a couple of weeks and show off our new sets of babies. It was a kind of a trial and error type process. We did lose a couple of litters over the winter, just from a standpoint of our inexperience and maybe the mother's inexperience as well. We've given that mother another chance, and she's done well, and those rabbits have already gone to the freezer. So this will be our second set of rabbits to hit the freezer. One thing I also want to talk about is our hutch. So I will put a link in the description below to JRS Kick 1, his channel. So I watched his video series on building a rabbit hutch. Did not emulate it 100%. The base frame was his design, with the corner posts, the side rails coming down the side in between the corner posts, and then individual 2x4s going across from one side to the other as a frame to build cages that were built-in cages. And so instead of doing the built-in cages, what we've done is opt for slide-out cages that we could pull out, clean as necessary, repair, all those sort of things, rather than the built-in cages. But I wanted to give credit to him because he definitely got us started on this design. One of the things we did do is, you can see all the eyelets and the hooks that we have up, that we had tarps hooked to during the winter. And what we did is we just put those tarps there, hung them down, fastened them, and that kept the wind out and allowed the rabbits to stay warm during the winter. Didn't have any problem. We didn't lose any rabbits to the cold, except for the litters of bunnies where the mother had them outside of the nest box. Other than that, they made it through the winter here just fine. It was actually a cold winter. Lots of snow on the ground this year for our area was unexpected, but they weathered just fine. Of course, we had these plywood panels that I put up on either end that also serve to block the wind and gives them shade here in the summertime. So we've left those up for the summertime, taken the tarps down, and we'll put the tarps back up when we get back to winter again. So anyways, thanks for watching.